forget Baylor.
Yeah.
You turn that one around too. Um, it, it's such an interesting time. And this is what we were having a conversation. We don't know anything about the new rules and the landscape of college football. You are the GM, basically. You're Howie Roseman of a storied franchise, right? Of a storied program in Nebraska. I mean, that's basically what you do.
Well, it's a different animal in terms of there's no collective bargaining agreement. There is no draft. So there's certainly, and I'm certainly not on the on Howie's plane by any stretch of the imagination. What an amazing GM he is! But it is a lot of the recruiting, but it is also a lot of the interaction with our collective, with our NIL collective, and that relationship is invaluable to us. The 1890 initiative is invaluable to us, and I work with them every single day. They have, they have contracts with a lot of our players, and a lot of times they communicate things with me and through me, and I talk with the players, and we try and turn everything into, another life lesson. Kid says, "Hey, my contract is up. I'm thinking about talking to them about X, Y, or Z," and you want to help guys advocate for themselves and help help them. We're allowed to facilitate guys in their deals in terms of helping them out and talking to them. And so sometimes you give them ammo. You know what I mean? You give them, hey, listen, you're a contributor. You're on the field a lot. You can't be direct pay for play, but your marketability is certainly greater because of the accomplishments you've made. So, you know, that's, but it's just not a straight direct. It's just the landscape changes every freaking day. I'm looking at email alerts like, oh, this court just came down, or this court just came down, and it's, the landscape is insane. But I think that it's starting to shake out a little bit. There's still a lot of question marks need to be worked out, but we're starting to see some shape and form to how this may look moving forward.
Well, and how did the recent court case, right, where the NCAA settles and says Power Five conferences can now pay players, so the schools can pay players. So you're going to have your own payroll, and then you also have NIL, right? Are they going to be together? Is it separate? Is it one big pool?
It's sort of unknown. So the settlement, the settlement case, moving backwards, they've kind of agreed on terms. How that's exactly going to work moving forward is just filled with a bunch of conjecture. We're not exactly sure how it's going to work. In my mind, as I try and start to see what it starts to take shape is think about it as the team itself, the university itself is taking care of a certain, like in the NFL, I think it's paragraph 9, certain amount of dollars that get allocated to them, and then your NIL, your initiative, 1890 initiative may shift into a full-blown marketing type situation where they're really trying to capitalize, the way this was always, first initially looked at in terms of name, image, and likeness, as opposed to a straight collective, payment type of situation. It's going to basically say you're going to have the cap, and then what your collective can help you earn under real market value directives and real market value figurations, like, okay, you're worth this, because you think about it and you say, well, around here, our guys are the Philadelphia Eagles. So what would it cost to get an Eagle to come sit down and have dinner with you? It'd cost you a pretty penny. You know what I mean? So I think there's marketability opportunities for our guys. And I think that basically it'll be like, getting, like the Yankees or the Phillies go above the, they pay the luxury tax. Then perhaps, these collectives will help teams go above and beyond what is allocated directly through, the universities. So,
So you almost see it like this, so there's a base for everyone on the team, right? So there's a base for everyone on the team. And then from there, your starters and then your stars, your better players and stars will get X amount on top using the NIL.
I don't know. I don't know exactly how that's going to work. I don't know how that's going to be monitored. Right now, I'm trying to just work out different scenarios. Okay, what if it looks like this?
Right,
What if it looks
right.
like that? What if it looks like 85 is the cap on the roster? Well,
Yeah,
are they going to allow practice squads? Are they going to
yeah,
allow like club squads? Like what's going to go?
yeah,
85 is a really tough number to practice with, in my opinion, to really
yeah.
get good offensive and defensive work on both sides of the ball, and special teams. Now, the NFL does it with way less, but um,
Yeah, but
that's the
that's
way the owners
different.
want it. And
Yeah,
that's
no,
the way the owners want it.
yeah, but you're right. That's different because you in college you need those big rosters. You have to have those big rosters because you have such turnover. The turnover you have to have that.
Well, there's no. Listen, every Tuesday you're bringing in guys in the NFL and you're working them out. There's no free agency pool
Right.
that you're working off of. A guy goes down. A guy goes down. Your practice squad is your practice squad, but there's a whole universe of players that you could pick the phone up and they'll be there and as soon as they can get their butt there.
Yes.
But
Yes.
that doesn't happen in college. You got to look around and see who do you got is who do you got. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's no waiver wire.
You're going to be going
So
to English lit class looking for big kids.
We all city like the mayor.